up your mics or pop your hands up and put it in the chat. Like, what did you get out of that exercise? What did you see today? What have you worked through? And the answer, if you haven't seen it or haven't done it, hint, hint, do the work. That's why you're here. So for those of you who did the work, raise your little electronic hand. Let me hear we'll do two people for each of them. Reamie, when I had you go through the list of a decade of thinking about your vision of what you wanted to make, what did you see with that? What did you learn?
I learned that it's not going to take me, I don't want to take 10 years to do what I like to get to that number where I want to be. I was like, holy I'm done doing what I'm doing now. I can't do this. Tell myself, I don't even want to do what I'm doing now next year. That's
Yeah.
how, like, I was like, excuse my language here. I was like, this like,
Yeah, it's all
not
good.
doing it anymore. That's it.
We'll put the beep in there for. No, I'm joking. You're good. We can say what we want to say here. So Reamie, help recap that. You just realized that you wanted to do it faster.
Just
You
realized,
could.
well, faster and smarter. I was like, what do I need to do to leverage my time? And my most valuable thing is not the dollar, it's my time. And I know I can leverage it much better. So it's really helping me think outside the box and how to reach more people, how to do things differently and stop doing the little stuff.
Yeah.
So,
So remember, Reamie, put that in the chat so we can refer back to that today, what you just said, the very end of it. Stop doing the little stuff, thinking bigger, like put that in the chat because I'm probably going to come back to that with our work here. So thank you for sharing that, Reamie. Geoff, Cavender, what did you get when you wrote down your 10 years?
I'll keep mine more PG for you guys, but yeah. What I realize is that one, that I've done pretty well. Like, looking forward, I was like, okay, I probably have made like 10, 20, 30% jumps in my career, but that I realized that the spot that I'm at now is nearly peaked out at like physical work wise. Like I did 20 million in sales this year. That's a pretty good amount, but my 10-year vision was not staying at this amount that I'm at. And by maybe I could squeak out 25 million and make a little bit extra, but it's not where I want to be. So what it really opened my eyes to was the fact that I cannot hit that goal by doing sales alone. And so
Ooh.
I
You guys
have
catch that?
look at other avenues.
Yeah. So the work that we do each week has, and I was telling someone about this, might have been one of you guys, 60% of the work that we do each week is what I consider basic, which is not basic, by the way, but it's what I consider basic, that the majority of the people can hear it, use it, and implement it. It's like high level basic. Okay. 30% each week is intermediate, which means you probably got to have a sharpened saw to be able to use that work. Like you're going to have to be able to comprehend, digest, and probably have some past experiences. And then the last part of the work is 10%, which is over most of your heads. Okay, 10% of what I bring each week is over your guys' heads. But 1 to 2 of you are able to catch it. And I don't stop and break it down like, hey, this is some really advanced that you're going to figure out. Once you start, having a net worth of this, you're going to realize this problem. I don't stop and say that, but I put it in there for those of you who are looking for it. It's there. And what Geoff just said was a great example of this work that we do. I help you think a little differently. Okay, because if you don't change how you think about stuff, you're probably going to get the same results. And I was just I don't have my book here. I was just in a meeting yesterday with Price Pritchett, who wrote U Squared. Some of you guys have got U Squared books from us. Price said that if you don't change your thinking, you're probably going to get the same results. And Geoff just said, if I keep selling, I'm going to get maxed out eventually. And then there's always max as to what you do. And you can try to break the box, but when you try to break the box, then things change and possibly in negative ways. So we got to think outside the box. And I know when I wrote down my 10-year vision, I thought there's no one in Fort Wayne, Indiana making $3.2 million selling residential real estate. There's no one where I live making that kind of money. So how the hell am I going to make that kind of money if I'm committed to this vision? how am I going to make that kind of money? Do I want to make that kind of money? Well, do I want to be the type of person that grows every year? And I know it's not, your growth isn't 10% every year. That's not how it's going to work, because as you grow, you'll have to break all of your systems, your thinking, your people. And then what will happen, you'll go back down for just a little bit as you're innovating what you're doing. And then next thing you know, it will come up like this. And so I know it's not like 10 to 20% a year. It's not how it works. But if I'm right here right now and I want to get here, I want to be like this, I know the path is going to go like this. I already know that. And so I want to average, say, 20% a year. Some years might be 40% increase. Some years might be -10. But I want to average that. So good job finding that.